So the next C that we're going to talk about is capital growth. Now, you may remember from my previous video on tax efficiency, and if you haven't watched it, click the link in the description below and go and watch it after this. You may remember from that video that I mentioned that capital growth in the UK on average is about 7.9% per year, and it's been that way for the last 90 years on. You might also remember from that video on tax efficiency that the #1 rule to remain tax efficient is never, ever, ever sell your investment properties. So we want to make sure that these properties that we're buying for SA now are going to be with us for life. Now, the slight issue with this is that serviced accommodation might not be a strategy that's going to be viable in about 15 years plus time. It's predicted that the market is going to become quite saturated. As the supply increases, the profits are going to go down. So we want to make sure that we're still going to hold on to these properties after that time. Serviced accommodation up till then is still a great strategy and you should definitely go for it. And here's an amazing tip that's going to save you time and money in the future as well. Make sure that all your properties meet the 7 C's of serviced accommodation, but make sure they also meet the 6 criteria, so the 6 C's of family lets as well, so that you can change to this strategy, which works long term, once the market for serviced accommodation becomes a bit more saturated. So click the link in the description below to visit my video on the 6 C's of family lets. And in that I'll talk you through all of those as I'm doing now for serviced accommodation. And when you go and buy your serviced accommodation properties, just make sure that they tick all of that criteria as well. And then you will have ticked this C for capital growth. Another thing to note is if you're doing a rent-to strategy for SA, then you don't need to worry about this C because you're buying the property in this, but if you're renting it, then you're not, so you're not going to be getting the capital growth anyway, so you don't have to worry about ticking this one. Hi, my name is Sarah and I specialise in serviced accommodation in Cumbria and the north of England. I have experience of over 15 properties in this strategy and an expert team around me to manage large portfolios. I am looking for landlords who would like a long-term corporate tenant with a guaranteed rent every month with no voids, without any extra work and no Section 24 tax to pay. Do you know anyone like this? If so, please get in contact via Facebook, email or phone. Thank you.